Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Launch and Learn with Product Management. This afternoon we have Sharon, Jason, Brian, and myself, Lee. And Jason is going to be presenting our new custom fields feature. Take it away, Jason.
Okay, so in our next release, we're going to expand our custom fields from 10 to 100, and we've actually added a second type of custom field. So previously, the custom fields were always saved to the contact record. They could have been displayed in the shopping cart as well, but they were always collecting demographic data about the contact. So they would show on the order, but every time the contact changed those fields somehow through a form or by placing a subsequent order, it would change on all the previous orders. So we've actually created a custom field that's always saved to the order for historical purposes, which will allow our users to differentiate basically things they only need to know once, and it's specific to that order as opposed to demographic data. So we've redone the custom fields page in the system. It's under email and marketing custom forms, and we've now added, as I said, the ability to create up to 100, up from 10, and as well, we've also expanded the ability to display custom fields. They're always input, but you can now do text fields, text areas, drop-downs, checklists, and radio buttons. And you can decide whether you want to show that field on the checkout or display it on default forms. And the default forms are those created by the system. And, of course, you can choose whether or not to require them. So a couple of changes because of the previous iteration of custom fields. The custom fields used to have a hard-coded field ID. And there were only 10, so it was actually just field 1 through field 10. Well, in this release, you'll be able to dynamically name them. So rather than having the hard-coded ones, you can actually create something that's meaningful to you. A couple things to note on this page. The short name, which is going to replace that field ID, once created, can't be edited. And the reason for that is so that when you've created custom fields, it'll protect users from inadvertently breaking them by changing that, because that short name is what's going to be used by the external forms to pull that information. So the short names are actually, once set, are static. You can't change them. And also, once you've created the custom field and decided it's a contact field or an order field, you can't change the type either. And that's actually just to prevent, again, some inadvertent data mishaps by users. As you can see, you can create multiple values. We've done this very similar to our product options. So you can create multiple values, sort by rank, and remove them. Previously, I don't believe you could do that, so that's more flexibility. So we've got 100 custom fields total. You can use all 100 for order fields if you wanted to, or you split them up with contact fields as well. And by being able to decide which ones display on the checkout, you can actually do some things like this. So I've got some custom fields here. When are you available for delivery? It's order specific. You don't want it to change every time. And this introduces now the ability for the person filling out the form to select more than one value. So, for example, another use of this would be, how did you hear about us? And you could have, Google, Bing, Yahoo, or other as options. Well, if they select all of them, then you can use that information to market to later. So it's no longer single choice. This checklist has introduced the ability to allow for multiple values to be saved. That actually, that information, if you have it displayed on the checkout, is going to show on the orders. So you can actually see the differentiation here, custom order information. And if there are multiple values, it's just going to show you all of them in a comma-separated list. And if there were custom contact information on that page, on the checkout, it would show here as well.